I I've got a story. I'm gonna I'm gonna show you something right out here. So one day I was it was PE, and I'm gonna show it. Yeah. So I was there because I was telling the story. And yeah, that's I'm a okay. I'm sorry. This is gonna take a while. I apologize. This is a bad eraser. Okay. Anyways, oh, you can't even see how bad it is. That's fine. So, yeah, that's a good spot. So I was there. It was PE, and during the end of the semester, there was a bunch of free days because everyone had already likely been to PE because this is seventh grade. Everyone had already taken PE in sixth grade, most likely. So there wasn't really that much else to do. They didn't really know what else to change. Everything else was already done. So just a bunch of free days. So I was there, and then there was my friend. His name was Plant. Pretty good name, you know. So we got a Plant. He's got curly hair, so I'll draw him like this. So we're there, and we're catching the ball, and that's really all it is. We're by the bleachers. We got our jackets there, and I had a poncho. I wore a poncho instead of a jacket. It's better. But anyways, we were just playing, catching the ball in a few different ways, throwing it, tossing it, rolling it, basketball moves, anything, you know, just to pass the time. Wasn't that much to do. At some point, um, there. So, we got this Plant, and he's there. Here's from my perspective. I was just, I was, I was holding the ball, and I have the ball in hand. You don't. I just drew a ball. You can't see it. Yeah, and then at the side is the bleachers. I apologize, but there we go. The bleachers are right there, and there was this kid. He was walking on them, and yeah, there's so a guy was walking there, and I apologize for not putting the most amount of effort into this. I didn't really plan this out. I just wanted to tell the story and thought, hey, let's draw it. That'll be a bit fun. I'm gonna go get a better eraser real quick. Apologies. So, of course, well, you know, it was just tossing a ball. Dun, 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 this way, that way, this way, that way. It's all just very boring, you know. Just that. There wasn't much going on. So my brain's just like, yes, ball go to me, ball go to him, ball go to me, ball go, you get the idea. I'm taking too long in saying that as I'm drawing. I'm bad at multitasking. My brain's not good, which will explain this one part. My brain's just, it's the same thing happening the whole time. So my brain sees, hey, something different's going on over here. There's something different. So I accidentally, go like, hey, there's something there. And I throw the ball, whoop, right at the kid that was there. And it was Jamel. It's a kid that do not get along with at all. I really do not like that guy. Haven't had a good time with him ever, really, but he's seen across the school as a pretty good symbol of comedy, pretty much. They make jokes about him, they make jokes with him, they started things, everyone was getting a buzz cut because of him. It was weird. I never got along with him. We were never good, not even in 6th grade. So I hit him, with the ball, lightly in the arm. It barely even touched him. And, like, you could tell that was, like, barely even touching him at all. Just... Got Jamel. He's there. And then, ball. Boom. And then he just stood still. Nothing happened to him. Because it was a very light hit. Nothing really happened. Jamel. He mad at that. He come down from bleachers. And, he was just, like, talking like he was, like, a stern talking to, like, he was very mad. He's like, so yeah, he is yelling at me. He's like, why did you hit me? Why'd you hit me? You know I got a weak stomach. Why'd you hit me in the stomach? I didn't hit him in the stomach, and also, I don't know this guy. Who the fuck is this? Like, I've never gotten along with him. I'm not, like, a friend that stopped being friends with him and we became enemies. No, I've just always not liked him. I wouldn't know anything in his life at all. But he's like, he's like, hey, I got a weak stomach. Weak stomach. You know, but I'm just sitting there, thinking like, I hit you in the arm, lightly. That's what really happened, and like, and he is so mad. My friend Plant is taking my side too, because we're great friends, and he saw that was not really that much of a real big hit, but he knew I'm not doing that on purpose. I have no reason to. So he notices that, and he's taking my side in this argument, but like, ball, I throw it. I throw a ball, and then accidentally, ball. Oh no. And then rolled off, I guess. And then Plant grab it. So Plant is holding this ball now, and this is a very bad eraser. Yeah, you're seeing. It's darker now, darker than this marker. So yeah, So Jamel then turns to, after seeing that, like, I'm just not, like, apologizing even at all, because I'm trying to get him to get the story right. So Jamel turns the other way from me, and then there's Plant with the ball. And he's yelling at Plant like, come on, man, give me the ball. And Plant's just like, no, you're just gonna throw it at him. Like, he's just like, no, come on, man, give me the ball. You're just gonna hit him. I'm not doing that. No, give me the ball. I won't hit him. But at some point, Jamel actually takes the ball. He just snatches it from him. And I'm not really able to draw this at the same time as I'm talking. I don't know why I'm doing this. But, yeah, he takes the ball. He faces me. And then even though he said, no, I won't throw it at him, he throws it at me. And I am here expecting it to go like... boom, boom. Yeah. Expecting it to go like that, like hit me with so much force. I start to like fall down or something. But apparently instead it's just dun 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 dun. Like nothing really happened. Wasn't that much of a good throw at all, you know. It was surprising. I was expecting a bit more. Like I kind of just like, since I was prepping up for that, I'm just like, oh, that didn't hurt. Never mind. Like I somewhat looked like I fell or flinched as it happened, but it wasn't really that bad. So then Jamel walks away, and me and Plant are there just thinking like, man, that was crazy, and we're just after we played again for a little bit, we just sat down. We weren't really doing much. We were I don't really remember what we were doing. If we were just like sitting in silence talking, or just like on our phones or something. But yeah, we're just sitting there in peace next to our stuff. But then at some point Jamel comes back, except it's not just Jamel. Jamel brings this other kid. He brings this other kid that we barely even know at all. He brings Josh over. I know him enough to figure out his name a few days later from my memory, you know. That shows just how little I know about him, though. So, yeah. He brings Josh over. Josh is holding like a basketball or a soccer ball. Like a real sports ball. We were just using like a slightly deflated volleyball to play catch. But he was there with a fucking like real sports ball, you know. And he starts like genuinely using as much force as a caveman can possibly do, you know. Bleachers were sitting there. And he's yelling at us. The fuck you saying about me? Plant, what did you just say about me? We're just there like, what the fuck? Why is he... Like, just... Our... I don't know. The slowest things there were our brains. The fastest thing was the ball. And... yeah, so and Jamel is there. We're just like, frick, what did Jamel tell him? And Jamel apparently, told Josh, like, hey, Blant was talking crap about you, man. Like, I don't know exactly what it was, but, I don't know what it exactly was, but I don't know this guy. I know him even less than Jamel. I've known Jamel since 6th grade. I've known this guy for a few months. One class. That's it. I don't even know if I had recess with him. But yeah. But what seems like was Jamel kept saying, like, Plant, you told Josh his mom don't even want him. Like, we're just like, bro, when did he say that? Like, that... Because that never happened at all. Plant barely even said anything, actually. Like, I barely said anything. Plant said slightly less than me, and that was the whole thing. Jamel walks off. Now it's just starting lies. So then, I'm there, like, I'm holding our stuff so that if we have to run somewhere else, then, we'll have our stuff and you won't have to like steal it or ruin it, you know. So I'm holding the jacket, I'm holding the poncho, and I'm also kind of using them as a shield because I don't know who Josh or Sean, I forgot his name. I think it's Josh. I don't remember. I don't know who he was throwing at the time, so I'm holding it as a shield just in case he tries to throw that. And then right as I'm like, so then I am over here with the shield. Yeah. And then I see over here afterwards Plant is just like somewhat unconscious, somewhat knocked out. He was hit directly in the face with the ball. I'm just like, fuck, what the, bro? Josh does that, walks off. I'm just like, bro, what the and like, that was honestly very horrifying. Like, it's like the feel, what I saw from that after that was like, imagine having head rush and just having to lay back down again. Yeah, he kept acting like that pretty much. It was very bad, you know. So yeah, that happens. He finally is able to like stand up straight afterwards a little bit. This is a terribly dirtied up board now. But yeah. So our friend Ethan walks over. And then like he walked over to me. And he's just like, "Man, I thought you were a goner." And I'm just like, "Yeah, me too." Cuz like we were me and Plant were thinking this is like genuine danger. We could probably die. And I should really plan these things out more. This whiteboard action not doing very good. Anyways, yeah, so afterwards, Jamel comes back for whatever reason. He's gone. Like, I accidentally hit Jamel. Jamel hit me. We're even. Sure, Plant argued back. Plant got hit in the face. Even. Perfectly fine. Maybe not as even. But all this stuff, perfectly fine for him. Not as much us. We're traumatized. Plant is struggling to stand up without just like collapsing and passing out. But he comes back, and you see, he's back with the volleyball again. I guess it just like rolled off from all the stuff with Josh, because we weren't really paying attention, you know. So Jamel has the volleyball now, and then he, like, I don't know who, it wasn't clear who he was gonna throw it at, so I'm just like standing on the bleachers, because I'm standing on the bleachers, I'm ready to run. And then Plant is just standing there. He's like, oh shit. So yeah. But then Ethan, like, Jamel is about to throw the ball at Plant, whether it be like in his stomach or face. I really could not tell what was going on. But then Ethan had a bit of a disability, so when he would move, it was a little bit weird. Not really, but it was just like confusing for Jamel, you know. So he runs in front of Plant. He's there to take the ball. Jamel is there, like, let me just draw this first. Apologies for my slowness. And yeah, as all this is happening, I'm here at the side, like, oh, oh no, no, he's gonna throw it at Ethan. That's gonna be very, that would be very bad. So then, but then Jamel is there, and he just completely forgets everything. He's just staring at Ethan. Hey, do that again, because he like ran in front of Plant pretty weirdly. So Jamel's just like, do it again. Come on, man, do it again. And like, I'm just there worrying like Ethan is just like, do what again? I don't know what you're talking about. Cause like that's just how he was walking. It wasn't really anything special, so he didn't think he was doing anything. But Jamel was just like, that was weird. Do it again. And I'm just there like, shit. He's gonna throw it at Ethan if Ethan doesn't walk again or something. But then, oh, class is over. Bell. Wasn't really a bell, but like the class ends. I grab our stuff. Me, Ethan, and Plant all run to our side of the gym where our class is. We were here. We run here. Jamel run. So imagine we were here. We run to our class. Jamel runs to his class. We don't have the same class. That is very lucky. And we get our stuff. We run out as fast as possible. And that was pretty weird. But yeah, that's that. Anyways, quote of the day. There's two people in this world. People who pee in the shower and fucking liars.